Hello. What's your name?
Jolanta Isabella Pavlak, yes.
And how long have you had this shop here?
It's the second month because I came to Netherlands to create the project for the opera.
Yes.
And yeah, I was always working the back scene of the projects, and my friends who were part of the opera, they were like, no, you have to bring your artwork to the people, not always just work behind the project. So now, everybody can touch it, see it, and try it on. But it's like such a many people cannot understand why I work with so many different mediums.
I was going to say, how many different mediums do you work with?
Yeah, this is like my first love is sculpture,
yes.
And then after traveling when I was still a student. After my professor seen my photography, and he said, no, you have to take the second major because it's like the way you see people. So so I'm always behind the camera, not in front.
Did you start off shooting on film then?
I did on film, yes. Yeah, with the regular film. And of course, I spent hours in the dark room.
Yes.
And there was favorite moments. Oh, yeah. There was actually open in my bathroom, so I have to go to my friend's bathroom too, because my bathroom was a dark room. Yeah, so I actually, yes, and this is also developed with the film.
Yeah.
So this is some my...
Someone was this piece made.
Yeah. And this one, I really wanted to push in Curaçao a little bit on such a taboo of photographing men, because I live in Caribbean for 11 years.
Yes.
And I've seen images of women used and abused with advertising shoes nude, and the body of human being became such a... So I really wanted to show the beauty of different color men too. So I asked a black guy from Curaçao, Dutch guy, and Latin guy.
Yes.
And then I wanted to show we're all the same, but yeah, I treat this their body maybe a little bit also like a sculptures, because the way I make certain parts disappear and certain parts come to life, and the shadows, and I ask them to write on the walls what they feel in that moment, they create their own space. And these images are actually, I took the guy to the land house in the middle in the middle of the forest, and I have to bring generator with me with the special light, and they're like, why are you going to such a trouble? Why not to just take a photo in the studio?
Yeah.
But the atmosphere of this old land house from like 17th century was like it was magical. So that's where things happening with the light and the people just going to the different moods, starting dancing, singing, or so
I like the sculpture. I mean, I know some very, if you don't mind me saying, I know some homoerotic artists in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And I thought that your work might have been some of theirs when I saw it before I talked to you.
Okay.
So what's this other work about?
This is important for me project, because this sculpture, actually, friend of mine who was going through breast cancer, she posed for me.
Yeah.
And afterwards, she allowed me to show this piece at the museum in Chicago.
Okay, it's
and
powerful,
I
isn't it?
didn't know they had also a competition, and this piece won the first prize.
Yes.
But what was important for me, that she went out with me to collect the diploma, and she started talking about all the process and how important it was for her to go, like, to open up in front of the people, because before, like, 2 people in her family knew.
Yeah.
But so it was like kind of catharsis,
It's breaking down the barriers.
Yeah. So this is her protective armor.
And it's almost like a privilege for you to be put in that position, really.
Yeah,
where she trusts you enough to do it.
I asked her to pose for me when I didn't know that she's already after operation.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew what she was going through, but And this is my drawings in metal. I actually became an artist in resident in Indiana, Columbus in States.
Yes.
And I was teaching sculpture in exchange for casting my sculptures in iron. So I spent there some time teaching about 100 people sculpture.
Okay.
And in exchange I could cast my own work.
Yeah.
And I was always challenging the guys in the foundry because I wanted to do open mold casting where the fire was coming, and they were like, Jolanta, you're going to put our place. You know, I was like, but this piece was also super special. I'm more religious in my heart than I believe in the
same
church.
Here.
Yeah, but
I'm not into religious.
Yes.
It's in my soul.
Yes, that's.
You know, it's about having respect for life and people.
Yes.
And
yes.
you know, you can interpret religion any way you want, or in any other way, and to me, it's wasted energy when you need to be concentrated on being creative.
And I believe, you know, like I go to synagogue, I go to the temple in India.
Yeah.
But I like the energy of the people and the peace and the kind of the state of the meditation and connecting.
Well, that's how some people misinterpret it, because you can get that from a Pride festival where everybody's on a high from the euphoria of being one with each other.
Yeah.
And on the same cause.
Yeah.
And you can misinterpret that as a form of religion.
Yeah, also.
So is that piece a part of the work that you're talking about?
Yeah, this is one of the photography where I also ask my models to write on the walls.
Yeah.
And
wish I had models like yours.
Yeah. But you know, this really create their own space in the studio.
Yes.
Because when I ask just random people to pose for me, or some people were coming to my studio and they asked me to be photographed. But this guy, I just fish him out on the street, and he was not very comfortable in the beginning.
Yes.
But we found the language.
Yes.
In like creating his own space and after 2 hours of photos that really I got the images, which I think it's one of my the black and white on the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he was a very modest guy, but in the end of the 3 hours shooting, I asked him, okay, I have this metal bed, I love the structure of this bed, and he gave me permission, like just with the knock in his head, because I was like, could I take a photo now?
Yeah.
He was like, yes, you can, but it was 3 hours to get to the shot, which was really like, so sometimes it's working like this, but I also my models know that I sometimes take them underwater or take them some places where different. Like they not often feel so comfortable, but there is a reason that because you can get something out of people.
Well, they get a sense of adventure that they remember for the rest of their lives.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
So, where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born in Poland, and I started working in sculpture since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And study stage set designing. Then went to Academy of Art to study sculpture. Because of the traveling, I also took the photography like a second major. Then received the scholarship. Went to States, studied metalsmithing and sculpture. And afterwards, thinking that I'm going for a short holidays. To Curacao, and up there 11 years living there. But I actually work first in the Museum of African Art.
Yes.
And I was setting up exhibition and also starting to with art workshops for other people.
Yes.
And then open my own gallery there. So pretty long process, but and I didn't know I end up there for so long. But this 11 years. Prepare me to the project, which was I think project of my life, when I created the stage set design and costumes and the photo projections for the opera, which was the first opera in Papiamento. This is the language from Curacao.
Yeah.
And there was 450 years of banishment of the slavery. And it was performed here in Amsterdam, and they really gave me freedom to tell the story through people portraits and through photos. And I think if I didn't live in Curaçao, I would not be able to do this project. So
you also used photography and film or art as a therapy with children, didn't you?
Yes, that was in Chicago. Yeah,
that had traumatic backgrounds that you found.
Yes, I kind of, when you live on the island, there's like it's a little paradise. Of course, there's always price for living in paradise, but
yes.
But when I left the island, I was not aware what was happening much in the other part of the world.
Yeah.
And when I was offered to be artist in residence in south side of Chicago, I just took opportunity, and my students were kind of introducing me to the dark part of the city, which because they were trying to protect me, because I think they realized how totally green I am about the things happening every day there. And really, I've seen the city through their art.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have sleep without sleep.
Sleeping.
But because the things they were going through, and you can see it in their drawing or sculpture or even poem.
Yeah.
But this also opened up my eyes and kind of shake me, because
it must be difficult, because surely sometimes you feel as though you want to do something about it, but you can't, because it's probably too dangerous to.
There's also, I felt like I'm not psychiatrist. Like I could give them tools to express it, and even if they could not speak, they could not. Maybe they could sing it out. They could sculpt it out, or even if they throw their sculpture to the garbage afterwards. The most important was the process, what there was happening. They throw this emotion out of them, but I definitely was not trained to give any talks, and thanks God they have also people who are helping them this way. So, but I'm still in touch with some amazing young people, and they're doing great, and they getting us scholarships to continue their art education. So
what brought you back to Amsterdam?
To Amsterdam, because I did the project with the opera, Tanya Cross, who invited me to do, she's an opera singer here.
Yes.
We became really great friends. She invited me to do a second project with her for the theater.
Yeah.
And it was crossover, and we were touring all Holland with this project. I did also costumes and projections and some paintings, which I had to photograph step by step, and because they have to become to life on the stage. And because of this project, I met my best friends, Tanya Cross and Perry Dozet here. And so now they're like my family here. Like I really, we want to continue working on some art projects together. Yes. So so I decided to come back here, and now it's my home.
So what's the address of this gallery?
Address is Haarlemmerstraat 100.
Yes.
It's really easy, next to Barney's coffee shop. I think many people pass by this place. But and upstairs I'm also going to have a studio, and people can put their hands in the clay. So
hands-on experience.
Yes, and many people actually asked me if I could do their sculpture in clay here, and they came for the sessions. So I create some portraits of people who are passing by Amsterdam. So this is also very special. Yeah.
Amsterdam's a very creative city. Everywhere you go, there's art shops and galleries.
Yes. I wish I could follow it all, but then I will not be sitting in my studio working. But I really try to pick some interesting events and join, and definitely I'm open for some collaborations with the artists here, because there's some really great work here. And people are. Also, I like that people are open for different media. They not just nobody judge me here when I say I make so many different things. Because
there's no barriers.
Yes, so I was when I work on the opera project, they were like, what else? Bring it all, bring it all. So there was definitely an opportunity to kind of prove that you don't need to be closed in the box. And yes, but.
Tremendous. Thank you
so much. Thank you. Really nice to meet you. Visit again. My Facebook, Jolanta Isabella Pawlak. You see the photo of me sculpting this big sculpture in the profile. But my blog showing all my story up to the years in Curacao.
And you've got stuff on YouTube as well?
Yeah, I have on YouTube some movies showing on the process of creating the set,
yes,
the process of painting on the fabrics, or my photo shoots with Tanya Cross, so it's easy to find with my name.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.